Building Ideas is proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.
We got ideas,
Building
a
ideas,
whole new direction.
building ideas,
It's time for change.
building ideas,
Dreaming is over.
building ideas,
Building ideas, gonna build it from the heart. Gonna show you how to make a start. We got ideas,
building
ideas.
ideas,
You want some building ideas? We got some building ideas.
G'day and thanks for joining us this week because we have got a great show in store for you. Not that we don't every other week, but today's might be something special. We'll be talking finance, which could make all the difference in relation to getting you into your home sooner. Nicole catches up with the CEO of the Master Builders Association, who gives us an insight into the building industry here in SA. And Andrew has some useful information about protecting your home from the winter rain. Before we get to that, let me give you a little taste of our feature home today. It's called the Bordeaux and it's built by DeCellis Homes. And best of all, it's situated right here in St Clair, so you can come and have a look at it for yourself. The Bordeaux is one of the DeCellis Homes' flagship offerings. It's the perfect family home and stands proud on any site in any neighbourhood. Part of its striking street appeal is brought about by the combination of various building products, including feature brickwork, render, a tiled pillar, and timber window frames. As you'll see today, the Bordeaux is a surprisingly big home, and even though our blocks are becoming smaller and smaller, it seems our wish lists are becoming longer and longer. This contemporary two-storey home has it all. There are no less than 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, making it the ultimate in family living. I am looking forward to showing you through this home today, but with so much to get through, it's over to Nicole with yet another stylish new home.
The Bordeaux looks like a gorgeous home, and so is this lovely home that we're showing today. It's actually owned by somebody who's very passionate about football. Not a past player, but actually a past president and director of the Port Adelaide Football Club. His name is Brett Duncanson, and he lives here with his lovely partner, Carolyn Loades, who's involved with the Little Heroes Foundation. Brett's a busy man. He's currently chairman of several industry boards, as well as the Sammy D Foundation,
I can't believe this is happening.
which fights drug and alcohol violence through the education of our youth.
Help the Sammy D Foundation say no to youth violence. Don't you be the idiot.
But today we're here to look at this fantastic new beachfront home. So talk us about some of the inclusions that were on your wish list.
So obviously we want to take advantage of the views being right on the beach and not having anything in front of us. So that was primarily what we wanted to do. My job was to make sure that it was built in the correct manner, and Caroline's role was to actually style it, and you can see the end result today.
Oh, it just looks beautiful. Even the colours that you've chosen, it's almost like a sand colour lounge that you're sitting on. It's so clever.
Yeah, well, obviously living on the beach, the sand blows in. So there's a film of sand on the tiles all the time.
Well, you'd never know, would you?
So it was about making sure that the house is livable. You can walk in with your wet feet from the beach without it looking messy and...
It's stunning. And I love the big windows, ceiling to floor, letting all the light in. It's just got a beautiful feel to it.
Yeah, well, in winter it's good because we get all the winter sun, so it actually warms the house as well.
So are you beach people?
Yes, yes.
So that would be one of the big draw cards living down here.
Yeah.
How's your lifestyle changed living by the beach?
It's like you're on holidays on the weekend. You get annoyed having to get dressed up and go into town or go out for dinner. Like I said, quite often we'll just sit outside and have a drink here, or we have friends around all the time for dinner.
And what about advice giving to people that are thinking about building? Would you say do it?
Yeah, I'd definitely do it because you get, ultimately what you design. So I think the biggest lesson is ask as many questions as you possibly can up front. Make sure on paper it's what you want prior to building, because obviously it's a lot easier and cheaper to change on paper prior to building. And then through the process, be involved in it. Any good builder will want you involved in it. And if you do want to make alterations along the journey, make sure you get them costed.
Well, congratulations to both of you because you've just done it beautifully. Now stay with us because after the break we've got lots more coming up.
Building ideas, we got some building ideas. You want some building ideas, we got some building ideas.
Saving to buy your first home is a big ask, especially if you're studying or renting and saving to buy at the same time. It's not all doom and gloom though. The team at Homestart Finance are here to help, and they will do absolutely everything in their power to put you into your first home sooner than you may have thought was possible. Homestart is a state government organisation with a mission to make home ownership a reality for more people in more ways. Since its inception, Homestart has helped more than 67,000 people into their own homes, including over 36,000 first home buyers. Having said that, they're not just here to help first home buyers, they're a great option for existing homeowners looking for a fresh start. John Oliver is the Chief Executive of Homestart Finance. John, what sets Homestart apart from other lenders?
Homestart's really quite a unique lender. We have a range of different products from the other banks, and they're all aimed at getting people into home ownership sooner. So we have things like lower deposits. Lower deposit loans, people can come to us with a smaller deposit. And that's really good these days because of housing affordability and the relative increase in prices in the market. We also have shared equity, and that allows people to increase their borrowing power. So we have a range of really quite unique products, but I think if it all boils down at the moment, probably the most exciting product for us at the moment is our construction package. There's many advantages in building a house these days. First of all, the state government still gives everybody a $15,000 homeowner grant, and we will accept that as part of the deposit and allow customers to use that to defray some of their upfront costs. So that's really quite important, and also stamp duty is a lot cheaper than it would be if you were buying an established home. The real benefit with our construction package though is the fact that we allow customers to not make any loan repayments during the construction phase.
That's fantastic.
That means that for 9 months or until construction is complete, you don't need to make any repayments. So if you think about people who are renting, in the normal course they'd be renting and making loan repayments. We don't require that, so that makes life a little bit easier for them during that construction phase, and they make their first repayment with us as soon as the house is complete. So all in all, it's all about getting people into home ownership sooner.
Sounds very exciting, John, and if that's got you excited at home and you want to know more, call the team at Homestart on 1300 636 878 or visit their website on homestart.com.au. Happy house hunting.
Happy house hunting indeed. What a terrific service Homestart Finance provide. Now, we're onto something completely different, stormwater and stormwater management. Would you believe it that water causes a lot of issues in our houses, so the correct management of stormwater and rainwater is essential. We all know that Australia is one of the driest continents in the world, so we often overlook the damage water can cause. However, mismanaged rain and stormwater can cause significant problems to your home and the land on which it's built. By correctly managing this runoff, you'll not only save yourself a lot of heartache and ongoing building repairs, but also save yourself a fair bit of money. So it's worth getting it right from the very start. If your builder is a master builder, they'll know exactly how to correctly dispose of your stormwater and collect your rainwater so that you can use it for various things around the home, including watering the garden, using it as bathing water, washing water, and water to flush the toilets. By having a good rain and stormwater management plan, your builder will ensure that you're also doing your bit to reduce your environmental impact. There are lots of different things that you can do to reduce the impact of water runoff. You can, of course, plant lots of vegetation. You can reduce your use of impervious surfaces like paving and concrete. You can install rainwater tanks, things like pebble pathways. There's lots of different options. All you need to do is just do a bit of research. Most commonly, stormwater is managed by pipes that carry the runoff directly away from our houses, mainly from our roofs and gutters to the common stormwater drains, which is why it's so important, especially with the onset of winter, to make sure that your gutters are clean and clear of rubbish that can block the water flow. Having a stormwater runoff pipe that's not correctly connected to the stormwater system is also a common problem and will cause significant damage to the foundation of your home and ultimately require serious repair work. Dripping water might not seem like a big deal, but remember, over time it can cost you thousands of dollars. So make sure you get a builder to help you sort it out.
You want some building ideas? We got some building ideas. You want some building ideas? We got some building ideas.
The boys have mentioned quite a few times already how our state is changing, and when you look around you can really see it. So much activity, whether it's on a small scale, a large scale, even commercially. Things are happening and it is terrific. Adelaide is still considered one of Australia's most livable cities, so it's good to know we're continually making changes and improvements to the way we live and what we have to offer visitors when they come to South Australia. Whether it's our transport networks, large-scale public buildings or general community facilities, the more they're maintained and improved, the better for all of us. Ian Marcos is the CEO of the Master Builders Association, so he has his finger on the pulse in relation to what's happening in Adelaide. So Ian, it's so exciting to see the builders everywhere, the cranes in the sky, everyone's so busy.
Yeah, good news for South Australia, and if you have a look behind us you can see there's a lot of activity, and that's good for employment in the state. When you have strong building you have a strong economy, so that's good news. For every dollar that's spent in the building industry, 7 goes back into the economy.
I just love that. I think that's fantastic. If you need an excuse to renovate, there's a good one. We hear a lot about manufacturing in the media. What about building?
Well, building's equally as important, and in South Australia we employ around 55,000 people directly, so that, you know, that's quite a big number for a state like ours. The construction industry is quite unique. It's ever changing, it's innovative, it doesn't have to wait for a crisis to occur before it changes its business models and its ability to continue to build. And it's demonstrated that for over 100 years. Master builders have been around for 132 years, and they're getting stronger and more innovative, and you have to be able to compete. And our competitive advantage in South Australia is to be the best. If you're the best, you get a competitive edge.
Well, most of the tradies I know seem to be pretty happy, so I think it would be a great industry to be in.
It's a great industry, and there's probably no better time now, particularly for young people, to think about entering in the building construction industry. We have a group training scheme where we employ apprentices and place them with hosts, where they learn everything they need to and then go on and have a successful career.
You could be your own boss.
Could be your own boss, and for those that want to enter in at a different level, they do a Cert 4 in building and construction or a diploma, and potentially one day, yeah, be very successful and run their own business. So it's a great industry. It's a good time to enter in, and I'd be doing that right now.
Oh, well, Ian, it's always great chatting with you and actually getting a bit of an insight to what's happening in the building industry. Interested in coming back and having a chat in a couple of weeks?
Absolutely. There's plenty to talk about. I look forward to it.
Thanks.
It's great to hear that our state's building and construction industry is in such good shape, and it's great to see so much activity on the go. Now, I've said this before, but there is no better time to start your long-awaited or much dreamt about building project. And who knows, if you play your cards right, you might even end up with something like the Bordeaux, our feature home today by DeCellis Homes. This is the retreat area on the upper level. It's best described as a second lounge for the 4 bedrooms located nearby. 4 bedrooms, as well as an additional guest suite downstairs. The Bordeaux is more like a hotel than a standard family home. Add to the fact that pretty well each bedroom is serviced by its own bathroom, and what can I say, the Bordeaux gets a tick in every box. The bathrooms all include full floor-to-ceiling tiling and stone bench tops, as well as top-end fittings. The main bedroom has access to a lovely private balcony, which is another great place to retreat from the rest of the busy household. It also features a luxurious ensuite with twin vanities, a marble splashback and an oversized bath in which you can relax and soak away all your worries. One of the other highlights of the bedrooms on the upper level is that 3 of them have custom-made built-in desk units, which are perfect for children doing their homework. And how about this for a feature? Not one or some of the rooms, but all 5 have a walk-in robe and direct bathroom access, which means no more excuse for a messy room and no lining up for a shower. How good's that?
Building ideas. We got some building ideas. You want some building ideas? We got some building ideas.
We not only like to showcase the most contemporary homes on building ideas, but also beautiful historical buildings. This amazing home is Urbray House, and it has a wonderful, rich heritage. Urbray House was built in 1891 and is a beautiful 2-storey bluestone mansion. Its name goes back to the 1840s when Robert Forsyth McGeorge named the estate after his home parish in Scotland called and Bray denoting a slope or hillside near a creek or river. Peter Waite acquired the Urbray estate in the mid-1870s, and he and his family lived there until his and his wife Matilda's passing in 1922. Lynette Zeitz is an historian and the manager of Urbray House. Lynette, Urbray House has got a fascinating history.
It has. It was the Waite family home, Peter and Matilda Waite's home. But today we're part of the University of Adelaide, actually through a series of rather tragic family circumstances. The Waites had 8 children, so you would expect a huge clan of Scottish descendants to inherit the property, but that wasn't to be the case. Their youngest son, David, he was set to inherit the property, but in 1913 he was travelling to England to visit his older brother James, who'd settled there and built up an engineering practice. And somewhere in the middle of the ocean, in the Gulf of the Suez, David Waite's presumed to have fallen overboard and drowned. Now, he was unmarried at the time, so didn't have any heirs, and that left 3 surviving daughters here living with their parents. They were sadly unmarried with no children, and it didn't look like they were going to have any family to inherit the property. And that's when Peter Waite contacts the Premier of South Australia and the Chancellor of the University of Adelaide and says, what I'd like to do is leave my house and land to the University of Adelaide to set up a research and education institute to support agricultural science. And the western part of the campus, Peter Waite said, look, I'd like that to be a park or garden for the benefit of the public. He also owned a block of land on the western side of Fullerton Road, which he left to the state government of South Australia to create Urbray Agricultural High School.
Urbray House really is in excellent condition, and they are lovingly restoring it and renovating it to its former glory and grandeur. And when you walk around the house, which by the way is open to the public, you can really imagine what it must have been like when the Waite family were here. It has no less than 10 main rooms, including a grand ballroom, main hall, which features the original ceiling papers and ornate woodwork in cedar and blackwood. The dining room that overlooks the picturesque rose gardens behind Urbray House, the drawing room, billiard room, which is also known as the smoking room because it was the only room in the house where smoking was permitted, and the library, which is located on the lower ground floor and contains books that once belonged to the Waite family.
You can see Peter Waite's background as an ironmonger. He trained as an ironmonger in Scotland. Comes into play in some of the elements of the house. We're the first private house in South Australia, as far as we know, to have electricity. So there was no mains supply when this house was built. So Peter Waite had a battery house built outside and generated his own power supply. And I guess the most unique feature of the house was he had a walk-in refrigeration plant put in the basement of Urbray House in about 1894-95. Apparently Peter Waite had seen that you could have refrigeration plants on board ships going to England, or if you could put it in a ship, you could put one in the basement of a house.
Urbray House really is a wonderful part of South Australian history, and it's a credit to the tradespeople who built it and continue to maintain it to this wonderful standard even today. I have no doubt that they were master builders in the true sense of the word.
When you visit the Bordeaux by Ducellis Homes, which I'm sure you all will, it's easy to see why they've won so many Master Builders Awards for excellence. Now, this here is the entertaining area, and for me, it is the highlight of the home. It has everything you need to entertain your friends and family in style and comfort. You can cook up a storm in this grand open-plan kitchen, which also includes a very practical walk-in pantry. The undermount sink, glass splashback and two-tone overhead heads with crystal gloss Laminex cupboards round it all off beautifully. And the 80mm stone bench tops are yet another highlight. The main living area with its built-in gas fireplace is the perfect place to sit back, relax and just chill out, whilst the spacious alfresco entertaining area offers yet another spot for the whole family to enjoy. The outdoor kitchen is without a doubt the icing on the cake. As you'd expect from a home of these proportions, there's also a home theatre, which is located to the back of the house. There are 3-metre ceilings right throughout the whole ground floor, which give the place a real sense of space and grandeur. In fact, the whole house has a real light, bright and airy feel to it. And one other talking point for me that sets this place apart are these 900 by 900 light grey, semi-glazed porcelain tiles. They look really cool and certainly add to the home's sophisticated feel. Best of all, they're incredibly low maintenance, which is ideal for such a big home, given it has to sustain the wear and tear of so much foot traffic. The open tread timber staircase is another visually appealing feature and adds to the immediate wow factor of the Bordeaux. There's not really anything I can think of that the Bordeaux doesn't have. So to the team at DeCellis Homes, it seems like you guys have outdone yourselves yet again. You need to come and check this place out. And it's right here on Eden Street in St Clair. Now, that's about all we have time for this week, but before we go, let's take a sneaky peek at what's in store next time. Nicole's going to check out one of the latest offerings from Felmary Homes. Andrew looks at another different application of that terrific new building product we introduced a few weeks ago called Cementel, and we'll visit another amazing neighbourhood that's been completely reinvigorated. Look forward to seeing you guys again next time when we share with you some more building ideas.
Building ideas got the answers you need, 'cause the master builder's got you covered. Building ideas, gonna build it from the heart, gonna show you how to make a start. We got ideas,
Building
a whole
ideas.
new direction.
Building ideas.
We got some building ideas.
Building Ideas proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.